All right, you guys. How you guys doing? It's me, Aaron Fantasy, back once again. On my knees. I forgot to put up the music. Okay, that's fine. How you doing? Yes, God. So I'm watching this podcast and everything, and you know, this guy and everything. I've been doing some videos today. Look like my laptop need to be charged. I'm doing some all the trending damn topics and everything on the Aaron Fantasy channel, the main channel. So be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to that. In this is a message, and I didn't want to lose the message. I'm put the podcast down below. I didn't want to make a podcast. I said I'm going to come out on video form more. Here's the thing. He got mad and he about to put this dude on Front Street, and it's a big significant event they're supposed to be talking about. They're supposed to be talking about the point or the main event, right? And the dude went left talking about this other guy and everything. Don't come for me because I will put you on Front Street. I will talk about you. And he went left. In the meanwhile, everybody else on the podcast and everything just silent, just let them do it. And they do that a lot. On this particular podcast, they always veer left. And also another con of this podcast, I said still talking to the Lord. I was like, I stick to the point. One thing about Aaron Fantasy, and if you watch me, I stick to the point. I stick to the case at hand. You see what I'm saying? That's one big thing about me. And I want to share that. Stick to the point, the main event. Don't veer off left and stuff, or else it just looks crazy. It looks foolish. You veered off. And sometimes you get back into what you're doing and stuff. And sometimes when you veer off, it's funny and everything, but don't stay there for long. They stay there for long and they lose the topic. They lose a thing. Another mistake that this particular podcast does, because they're in the city of New Orleans, I feel like that's all they see. And because that's all they see, that's all they talk about. My dreamers don't have limited thinking. There was it was so powerful. I looked at the movie was bad. You know, you could check out the review of The Northman I left on my main channel. You know, I do trending topics, reviews and stuff. The Northman, it was super boring. I nearly fell asleep 3 times. I went to walk the dog in the middle of the movie. Really, really bad movie, in my opinion. But everybody else gave it praises and credits and stuff, and I was listening to it. And somebody made a point that at the time, people didn't live long. Their vision was not expounded, you see, and also they stayed in their little circle. I'm pretty sure because their mind was limited, they stayed in their little circle, you see. The world was not big, so they stayed in their little circle, their little town, their little village. You see where I'm going. They stayed in their little village because they didn't know about the world. They had limited vision, limited thinking. Now, let me get back to the point. Like I said, this podcast, they only talk about this small thing. I'm like, well, you can talk about that. You can talk about this. I experienced that. They just kind of just in their own little box. You see what I'm saying? It's not a big vision. They don't talk about anything big. My dreamers, have a big vision, okay? Have big thoughts. It's a big God. So you need to have big thoughts. You know what I mean? It's a big world. Don't be so limited in your own little town, your own little village, your own little city. You know, he can do all things. You can do all things to Christ. So have a big vision. So don't go left and everything. We don't even know who he was talking about. That had nothing to do with tea in China. Nothing, as my folks used to say. I came from the country. That had nothing to do with tea in China. That had nothing to do. It didn't. This is good. You made that. Even if that person was negative thing, they made you go left. My dreamers, do not go left. Okay. And that's what I learned. And I talked to Lord. I was like, my platform, I won't be going left. I won't let no person drive me left, get me off track. He got off track. The spotlight is on you. Don't let a person get you off track. He had a whole 10-minute monologue about somebody who came against him, and he was off track. That person kind of won because it made you slip and go off track. You see, so don't go left. Try to stick to what you're doing, the main event, and also have a big vision. Have a big vision. I believe you're going to be everywhere. You're going to talk about everything. You know what I mean? It's going to be a big vision. You're not going to be limited in one little box, in one little category. Because many times I'll be like, well, I've seen that already. I know that already. You know what I mean? It's more out there. Why are you not talking about that? You see what I'm saying? So that's just something that I learned, and I wanted to teach and share on the Get Your Juju channel. Have a big vision and try not to go left and everything, because it makes it look weird. I see why they're not growing. Because they stuck in their ways. They're stuck with the limited thing, the small thing. You got to grow. You got to grow in order to grow. You got to expand that vision in order to grow. And that's not just for them, it's for me too. In order to grow, I have to grow. You got to have a big vision, a big mind, okay? Don't go left and have a big vision. Anyway, that's this message. All right, so click like, click share on my Get Your Juju channel. I will put in the description all of the book that I have, the podcast and everything, the music that we do here. I will put that on the description for you below. Check out my birthday cash out, please. Bless me. I'm trying to get to LA. Okay, honey. I'm trying to get to New York, visit my friend. Okay, and give New York another try, because when I went, it was not all that. So they keep everybody telling me it's everything. I want to see it. Okay. But anyway, that's my birthday cash app. If you can bless me, it's in 2 weeks, July 14th. Thank you so much. Anywho, that is this video. Hope you received it. Peace.
And be sure to hit that like button and subscribe, become one of my dreamers, and get your trending live here at AF Live.